Alright guys, so today is the release of the new version of Satisfactory 1.1. We're gonna do the whole story once again. So basically we're in the new game. You can start at 4 different starting zones. So the game is basically a planet, like you have, it's not procedurally generated, so each time you play the story you're gonna have exactly the same things and the same resources at the exact same spot. I think that there's maybe a way to randomize the resources, but overall they have optimized the places where they want to put these ones, so I would not recommend randomizing them, because you may end up with the resources being absolutely not well organized on the map. So we have 4 starting region. We have grassfield, rocky desert, northern forest, and dune desert. So I would consider the easiest to be rocky desert, because you will be very close to almost all the resources you will be looking for in the entire game. After that, I would say that grassfield and dune are similar. Dune, you have more space to build. You have resources is a bit more distant from each other, but you can just travel very far, you can see very far. The monsters are not, the mobs are not necessarily harder to kill. Whereas grass, in my opinion, is maybe slightly harder than desert, because you have more hills, you have more mountains, the resources are not necessarily next to your starting location, but it's a bit more greenish, it's more peaceful. It looks like a more peaceful place, but it's still like a dangerous place. And in my opinion, the hardest, even if they don't say that, it's actually the northern forest. So we're gonna do a northern forest because I've not been doing it for a long time. That area you would see is full of trees, more complicated to build. The resources are a bit more far. You are far from basically a lot of things. You really need to go like to the end of the map to gather some stuff sometimes. So we're gonna start there. It's more complicated. We're gonna call it Northern 2, and we're going to leave all the settings to what they are supposed to be. We're also going to do the onboarding, so that anybody new to the game will be able to enjoy it. To be noted that I do not disable the arachnid creature, but I've transformed them to cats inside the settings. So I know that these arachnids can be complicated to see. So for those who don't like it, change them to some cats. Let's start a game. So the game is it's a crafting game. You will discover it over several episodes. I think the story will probably take maybe 30 hours to finish over several weeks. So I'm gonna be releasing pieces by pieces as I have time to play.
Welcome to the Fixit Incorporated Save the Day program. A Fixit Pioneer has 3 core assignments. Construct. All pioneers must follow Fixit guidelines and instructions when constructing any building. Automate. Every pioneer is responsible for setting up and managing efficient pipelines, outposts, and power infrastructure. Explore and exploit. Fixit selected planets are rich with resources suitable for direct use or further investigation. Stay within your designated. And that is why the world is counting on pioneers like you. Fixit. Short-term solutions to long-term problems. Initiating planetfall. Atmospheric entry in 3, 2, 1. Beginning aero assist. Drag within acceptable parameters. Descent phase Landing phase begun. Activating retro propulsion.
So I'm playing on PC,
Touchdown.
4K resolution through
Planetfall
Steam,
complete.
just for information.
Drop pod integrity nominal. Omni-situational
Alright.
exploration
Let's
suit
get going.
nominal. Pioneer. Acceptable. Congratulations, you are the third in your region to survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, AB-B, in the binary system of Akicha.
Alright, so like I said, we will have the
Loading
onboarding.
objective-based introduction.
So it starts
Begin
from the very
onboarding.
beginning. We do not have access to all the original buildings, so we're gonna, yeah, I like
First
to do the
contact
original
safety
because
tool supplied due to
I'm gonna
presence of
say,
alien
you
megafauna.
really start from scratch,
Adhere to
from
fix-it
zero.
procedure
So
and
that's nice.
equip
Some
the
people
fix-it
prefer
Inc.
to skip
Xeno
it.
Zapper before leaving the drop zone.
Alright, so this is the inventory. This is what we have inside. I just picked up some leaves so that here we're going to equip this one. This is our main weapon.
Next objective, dismantle the drop pod.
After that we
Fix-it
have
incorporated
we
as
press F,
cost-effective and efficient.
and we
do
enter
not
the
waste.
dismantling
The
range.
drop pod will be recycled to construct the first stage of the habitat and utility base, often referred to as the hub.
Alright, so we dismantled the boat, and we got back some mineral from it.
Next objective, use the resource scanner to find and collect additional iron to be able to build the hub. If you cannot find iron, be assured scans of the planet have revealed sufficient iron sources.
So with the V, I'm able to scan the whole planet. I mean, not the whole planet, but like a small area, about 1 kilometer radius around me, where I can find whatever mineral I'm looking for. So for now, I only have the iron available, but later on we will have more resources. So let's stick to this. They're gonna appear on the map. So we see that we have some stuff at 800 meters, 900 meters, and then 400 meters there. So the closest source of minerals, iron to begin with, is that one. So we're gonna go for that one. I'm grabbing any leaf and any trees I can find on the way as we move forward. Hey, right. Ah, this is iron. We can take it, but this is not what we're looking for. This is just like a isolated source of iron.
Use the build gun to construct the hub. Iron is a base component necessary for all near future progress, so ensure you build the hub close to iron sources. Fix-it does not pay by the kilometer.
I'm really grabbing all the trees I can and leaves because they're going to be our main source of power soon. So on the way, as I'm moving forward, better just grab whatever we can grab. Also there should have something. So these ones are poisonous plants as you go next to them, but you usually have enough time to pick up whatever resource they're protecting. We got it. And then after that they start to become poisonous.
This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fix-it production line efficiency. Store this potential resource for later use.
So here we have some, how can I say, some hard drive caches. So inside of these ones, these little trucks, I think they're looking for me maybe. Inside these little trucks, these little containers, we're gonna have some hard drives that will be useful later as we pass by it. Let's just pick them up now. So, we see sometimes they're protected by some resource, sometimes you need electricity. First we need to kill these two. So that's our only weapon for now, so let's just, get them. Ah, there are two. So in this game we can jump. We can fall from high, but we can die from too high. They're also going to leave some forgot a bit the controls, so
Samples of new
switching to the
alien
wrong one
species
sometimes.
acquired. Notable features are blunt teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma. Preserve the remains for later study.
Alright, so now we're looking for whatever resource we can find around. This one is kind of cheating because these resources are amazing early on. Let's see what we can find inside the container. Alright, we can get the hard drive for free. We do not need any resource to access it.
Damaged hard drive successfully acquired.
Don't think
All
I forgot
pioneers are
anything
contractually
around.
obliged to preserve and secure
Let's
any
see.
recovered hard drives for future analysis, which
Don't
may
see
result
any
in benefits to the
extra
Fix-It
resource.
mission. Speculation as to why there are crashed freighters in your Fix-It designated zone is
Over there,
discouraged as
maybe?
specified in your contract.
Yeah, here. Alright. Anything else? I don't see any other resources. Okay, let's aim for the iron again. Where was it? West. Okay, we're really not far. Let's continue to gather some stuff on the way. It's a peaceful area. Like I said, it's complicated to start because the terrain is actually not flat at all. So until we have a way to build some basement, I mean some base, it's gonna be hard. Should be around here. Alright, arrived. Let's defend it. Alright, this one just evade. Alright, got it. So we have usually around all the starting points. We usually have 2 to 3 source of iron, because this is going to be really important early on. All right. So like you see, this is like a source. This one, contrary to the previous one, can be mined, and after that we can put some miner system over it. We don't have it yet because it's very early in the game, but soon we're gonna have it. As you can see in the brackets, we can see pure. I don't know about the two other ones there. I don't remember. Actually, I don't remember the last time I started in Northern Forest. I ended up here. I feel like I ended up a lot somewhere else. This one's pure as well. This one's pure as well. So that's very, very, very good in terms of iron for starting spot. I remember that maybe in the desert you don't get so lucky like that. You have maybe one pure. So you have 3 levels. You have pure is the best. You will have double production. After that you have normal. This one is normal production, and then impure is half. So between a pure and an impure, you have 4 times the production. Later on, we're gonna extract some minerals from these mines, so it's gonna be important later. All right, let's just start. We're gonna build things here. So we open the builder. The main point is the hub. That's where we basically start everything.
Hub foundation built. The hub terminal and crafting bench are only the humble beginnings of a successful Fix-It pioneer, but essential for the next steps of onboarding. Once finished, the hub will function as your base of operations. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 1.
All right, so we're gonna use this one or the whole game. As you can see, there are many phases. You will understand later what is each phase. Right now we are tier 0 because we're actually on the onboarding, so where they teach you all the basics. After that we're gonna be on these parts where you really start to craft and explore the planets. But for now, this one we're gonna all the way to the end of the game is actually to try to move forward on these phases, because you have like one big goal they're gonna explain later. All right, so our first job is to unlock this one. So I have to say we got lucky because in the around the hard drive container we got the iron rods. Otherwise we have to go to the crafting bench and we need to create some iron ingots from what we got from the mine. The mine can be mined by hand, so we can just do that. And you can see at the bottom left we're actually getting some ore. This is not a bad creature. You actually can jump on the back. It's gonna bounce you up. The little lights up there should be another shell like the one we picked up earlier next to the poisonous plants. Alright. So instead of crafting the iron right now, because I don't have enough space, I'm gonna move forward for now using the bars I got for free earlier. So I can get this one. This one is like some personal container. I'm gonna store stuff.
Equipment like the portable miner can now be made in the workshop. Congratulations on completing your first milestone, the first of many providing access to new recipes and technologies for the Fix-It mission. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 2.
Alright, so for the Hub and Upgrade 2, they're gonna require iron bars and plates. I put it there already. Otherwise we have to craft the ingots this way. I'm gonna actually craft some to make some space. Here we get some, and then we can actually craft it to iron plates, as you can see, or iron rods. But I got them for free a bit earlier by luck. So yeah, I'd say that the goal of the game is actually to try to not craft stuff by yourself. But right now we have to, because that's the very beginning. And you will eventually need to support sometimes by crafting stuff by yourself, because yeah, sometimes you don't have the infrastructure ready yet, or you just need a few extra pieces. Okay, so I'm gonna upgrade the hub. Got it.
Hub Upgrade 2, Power and Shell, completed. The smelter can turn raw ore such as copper and iron into ingots, and the biomass burner generates power when fueled. Fun fact, most of the native flora and fauna is compatible with Fix-It technology. Fueling the biomass burner with inappropriate materials will result in deductions or even cancellation of your yearly bonus. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 3.
Alright, so now we have access to a new mineral, copper ore. We're gonna look for mines, copper mines. We got them not far. It's actually not such a bad starting spot. We got some much further. Alright, so we didn't get any copper based material, so basically we have also access to these two, as you can see there. This one is based on copper ingot, which we can craft, but we need the ore first, and then the cable is made from wire, so basically we need to find some copper now. But I'm gonna craft something first. I'm gonna craft the equipment. So this one is actually used for like some crafting tools, and especially right now what we're interested in is the portable miner. We're gonna make few of them. They're gonna basically, without power and magically they're gonna extract the ore for us, so we don't have to stick there non-stop. They're gonna be able to extract up to 100 ore. Let's just make few of them. Alright, that should be enough. First we're gonna drop one here. We're gonna equip it because it's like portable miner. We're gonna drop one here, so it's gonna extract some iron for us. Because the mine is pure, we're actually producing 80 per minute. It's producing 80 per minute. Basically in just 20 seconds the whole thing is full. And I think over there should be the copper. And we have this stuff there. Can I make it move maybe? Move away? Yeah. Right. Let's get some copper. Alright. Another miner for you. And I think there was another one, no? Somewhere? Maybe up there? But I'm not sure. That's enough anyway. Let's just get some copper. I'm gonna drill at the same time as the machine, so that we don't have to come back every second. like I said, this is not something you can... it's gonna be full at 100. We're already at 45, 46, so this one's full. We're gonna pick it up and continue. So we're gonna need some wires, I think, not cables. Ah yeah, so we have the beginning of the electrical system here. It's the engine, the biomass burner. So there we can put some leaves and a lot of different, how can I say, right now they accept leaves, mycelia, wood, but we're gonna be able to add extra stuff later as we unlock it. So we don't need the power now because we actually have no facility that we use the power. Let's just pick up whatever we had there so that we continue to drill. And so we need it for this upgrade. We need some iron plate and bars, and so we're missing 20 wires. Let's get it. We're gonna make some copper ingots. All right, we're gonna have the 20 wires. Okay. Here we go. Upgrade 3.
Hub Upgrade 3, Interior Furnishing, completed. The constructor can produce simple parts, and power poles allow for the expansion of the power grid. When you make the inevitable mistake, Fixit's dismantling feature is designed to salvage all resources used during construction, in line with our zero waste policy. We understand that Fixit pioneers are only human and thus prone to error. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 4.
Alright, so yeah, we got the constructor, which means we actually had the smelter before. We could have started it, but that was not going to change much thing yet. So I would say that the most important early on is actually to be able to use a smelter. These ones really don't use a lot of power, so we're gonna build, for now we're gonna build one because we cannot build much more. So you see it's 4 megawatt. The constructor, I remember, was using more than that. But anyway, as you can see, you see if I want to produce a metal bar, it's actually taking nearly instant from the ingot, the 1 per second. But if you want to produce the iron ingot, it's actually like 1, 2, 3. It takes a lot more time. So the most important early on is actually to smelt as much as we can. And yeah, let's we have the bow already. Oh, all right. But we're missing, okay, we're missing a cable. I'm just gonna use one smelter for now. I'm gonna use it for the copper. You're gonna see how it goes. We need some cables. Let's just make some. All right, and now we will be able to link this one to this one, and we're gonna ask for making copper, and let's just give it some ore. It's not running yet because we don't have any how can I say fuel yet. Let's just put some wood. It's gonna last long, but it's not the good thing to use. How can I say, this material is gonna be, we're gonna be able to transform it later, so for that reason we don't want to use it too much early. We need to move forward to next year's as soon as possible to be able to transform leaves to another material. You would understand that. So here's producing it slowly. We can see that we have 1 ingot, and you see it's doing it for you. So that's basically all this game is about. That is about delegating most of your job to some facilities and making sure that you have the power that can sustain it. So as you can see, I'm actually using 12 wood per minute right now for just this one. So it means that we have about 10 minutes, 12 minutes of making this work. I'm gonna come back once in a while to refill so that it keeps producing stuff. We also could put a constructor, but we don't have enough to build a pillar. So this one will allow us to fork the power lines so that we can bring the energy to separate buildings, knowing that this one can produce to a maximum of 20 megawatt, and this one, both of them, the smelter and the constructor are using 4 megawatts. So we're able to basically build 4 of them before the power becomes too, how can I say, we need more power to sustain the production. All right, so let's check what they need afterwards. What did we unlock already? The concrete. All right, so we have a new scannable resource, limestone. All right, this is going to be used to produce concrete. No, it's really not far. 130 square. Yeah, that one sounds like... okay, how do I access up there? I have no way of accessing up there as far as I know. I don't know this area much. Maybe we can climb? Would be amazing. That is why it's not procedurally generated. It's because all of this you cannot make maybe one day with AI, but so far we need some human to actually design this so that you can feel the fun. Oh, so I can climb. I like that. Alright, so this is our lime, and it's also pure. Actually, I'm starting to believe that maybe the starting zone was not so bad. Last time I tried, I was not here, so I ended up elsewhere. But we only have pure stuff around here. Not so bad. Alright. We're gonna put a miner here as well. Oops. Still not perfect with the stuff. Yeah, so we're gonna mine some stone here. Also put some extra. Get some extra. So this time I'm playing just single player because it's much easier to communicate all the depths of this game than if you're in multiplayer. Actually separate people gather different stuff and you actually miss some of the gathering process, some of the battles and everything. So I think that's the best walkthrough would be in solo player. Alright, so I have a lot of limestone. This one should be nearly full as well. Let's just take this. That should be enough for now. Let's make sure we don't fall. As you can see, we can jump from very high, but I would not even know how to come back if I ever fall here. So I will have to be extra careful. Alright. So we have some limestone. This one continues to run, maybe? Does it? No, it's full. Okay, I don't have any more copper. I don't want to take it now, so I'm going to change the production recipe. Let's go for iron. And let's make some concrete. I think that's what we needed. We can track it actually. I think we can select it so we see it up there. We need 10 concrete. Alright. I'm gonna make a little extra. Actually, I'm gonna transform all of it. Because we're gonna need some concrete to put some electricity pillars, electrical pillars. So we don't actually need this resource like this for now. We actually need it as concrete. So let's just make it use all of it. And anyway, we can just get more over there. So contrary to some games, whenever you have a source of mineral or ore, it never runs dry. So it will run forever and produce stuff forever. It's true that some other game you have to move around, gather more. Like this game is a bit less logical. You can have the resource until forever. Yeah, produce. But it also means that you can focus less on gathering more material and focus more on like building a strong power, how can I say, supply chain and efficient, like improve on your efficiency. And you only actually go further when you need different kinds of mineral, or I mean you go more far in the jungle when you need different kind of minerals, or when you really need more of one type. Like here we have like iron pure ×3, we have 1 copper pure over there, 1 lime pure over there. Honestly, it's a very good starting point, which makes me fear that later on, I remember that we were far from a lot of other resources. So if it's so easy earlier on, I think maybe it's gonna be much more complicated to bring the resources here. Maybe most of them will be more far. Okay, so we need plates. Got them. Concrete, we have it. So we need some extra wire, extra cable. Let's just make some wires and cables. And see what we can unlock. I'm gonna make some extra cables as well. Because we're gonna need it to... Yeah, to link, electrically link everything later on. Alright. Should be. Alright. Let's upgrade. What did we get?
Hub upgrade
Conveyor
4,
belt.
landing platform and
Computer.
utilities completed. Conveyor belts connect the output of one building to the input of another and transport resources. Due to past incidents, I have been asked to issue a clarification. Portable miners, obviously, do not have a connection for conveyor belts. There is nothing to suggest, visually or functionally, that they can be connected to portable miners. If this is something you struggle with, do not worry. Fixit has alternative uses for all their pioneers. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 5.
Okay, so we ran out of iron rods, so we're gonna make some of them. So what did we unlock actually, just to let you know? We've unlocked the conveyor belt. So basically you can now join the output of the smelter to a constructor. So you can have like the ore, the original ore, transformed to ingot and then automatically transformed to anything you choose, any recipe you know of, like the bar. But for now, we don't actually need it. We just try to move forward on the upgrades. Because as you can see, we cannot for now extract the mineral automatically. We still need to pick it up ourselves. What we're aiming at is the miner MK1. So that one have an exit that you can link to a conveyor belt. And that we will be able to link to a smelter and then a constructor and then the whole chain start. And we also get the container, which means that you have the input and the, how can I say, the origin and the end, because you're going to be wanting to store that inside a storage container so that the whole thing doesn't get blocked at the end. Because as you can see, this one, when it reaches 100, is going to get blocked. So you really want to output this somewhere so that the production continues. And as the source is infinite, then you can keep producing non-stop as long as you have enough energy. As you can see, 12 per minute. We still have 10 minutes. So yeah, let's push it to the next level before we start to craft a lot. Where was it? Yeah, we need a lot of cables. Let's just build them. So I could use a constructor to help me, but I also use this time to actually explain a lot of things about the game. So that's I'm doing it by hand for now. You can see that we have let's just make 50. All right. So you can see that on the list we have new things. We have screws, but for now we're actually not using them, and we have reinforced iron plate. We were lucky because we're near the hard drive. We also found some reinforced iron plate, and this is very long to craft, so that's really like boosting us our beginning basically. All right, we have this and just a few iron rod now. So like I said, for metal I like to smelt it. It's really important. After that you can make some rods because you make few per second, so it's kind of fast if you need some extra. Later it's just early game, but later of course we will not be doing this by hand anymore. Just, remember that they are very fast to craft because they're going to be useful for many things later, this one. All right, now we have upgraded
Hub
to miner
upgrade 5,
MK1.
power expansion
The storage
completed.
container.
The miner, unlike portable miners, can be connected to conveyor belts and requires power to function. Caution: as you expand, the energy demand of your production may exceed the capacity of your power grid. The onboarding program was established because Fixit pioneers often experience memory issues after planetfall. If you are experiencing nosebleeds, nausea, existentialism, or an itchy scalp, there is no need for concern. This should pass within 5 to 7 workdays. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 6.
All right, so we have now unlocked the miner, storage, and some inventory slots. The inventory slots are actually going to be very useful soon because you're going to be carrying a lot of resources on you non-stop, especially when you travel inside on the planet. So the next upgrade is very important as well. So we're going to try to reach it as soon as possible. Why? Is because you have the biomass here. So the biomass is going to be the output of leaves and wood. So you're gonna transform your leaves and your wood inside biomass, and this biomass is basically having much more energy capability than the original components. For that reason, if you don't want to be picky, you don't want to be using the leaves or the wood directly, you want to transform it to biomass as soon as possible. It's gonna release the space elevator as well. We're gonna discuss about this later. And the biomass burner is basically the same as what we have already, but we are going to be able to not have it hooked on here. We can actually create a biomass anywhere, which means that you can create it, you can have energy production anywhere on the planet when you need it, by using biomass. And you're going to be able to expand this because this one is 20 megawatt. This one is 20 megawatts. So right now we have a limit of 40 megawatts on the whole thing. All right. So in the list, basically you remember that the pipes are kind of easy. I'm gonna give more to the. I'm gonna fit this one a bit more. So you see that this one doesn't go down. Why? Is because these biomass burners, they are energy efficient. How can I say the excess? They don't have like a loss of energy somehow. If you don't use energy, they don't burn anything. So you don't have to worry too much about like optimizing it or leaving your leaves there or whatever. So let's continue. Yeah. So in the list up there, you can see that we have some 50 concrete that we're still looking for. We don't have the full thing, so I'm gonna pick some up there to make more. We have some wires, so I'm gonna have to pick some copper as well. I will probably make some copper ingot with it. The most complicated one, I would say, the one that takes the most time to craft, is actually the metal plates. And these ones, we don't have a lot of stock, I think, anymore. We used most of it. Yeah, we only have 9. So these ones, yeah, let's get it. Okay. Do I have enough? Maybe I'm gonna wait a bit for it to drill more. So yeah, the iron plate is the priority right now because they take a long time to craft, and they also use a lot of iron ingots. So 2 priorities: 1, craft as much iron ingots as possible, and 2, craft them into the metal plates. After that, the 3 others are less important. And we try to do that as fast as possible so that we can unlock the biomass and then become more efficient with the source of energy, with the leaves and the wood. Alright, so I think it's time 3, so I should have plenty now already. If I understand. Already, I still have like 31 concrete, should be enough. Let's just leave it to that for now. Alright. So you can fall from far without damaging too much, having too much damage. You have the house come back automatically, basically. You can take something to increase your health if it's really an emergency time where you have a lot of enemies and stuff. But most of the time you can just let your health go back to normal. If you go under 3 bars of health, your life comes back very fast. So I would say that this game is very forgiving about health. Okay, so we have all these ingots. I'm gonna go pick up some copper as well. Actually, no, we're going to focus on the iron plate. It's gonna be better. All right. So what we want to do now? You see, we're lucky because we have the reinforced plates. We have 54 reinforced plates. I can tell you that to build that one, we would take, if we craft it by hand, maybe a few minutes to have it. So that's lucky. It's really a nice found in the jungle. All right, so let's organize production. We're gonna have let's say we don't have any split for now, so basically we have one source, one smelter, and one constructor. End of the story. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up because we're not gonna be needing it anymore. I'm gonna make a miner in its place. We need some plate there. So yeah, let's make yeah. We have 2 iron. Let's make 20 plates or more maybe. It's also giving you several plates at the same time. All right. Okay. We have some space available there. Over there is more. We can use it later. Let's just put, all right, the miner here. So the miner is using, remember that we limited to 40 megawatt after we link everything. The miner is using 5. Okay, so after that we said that we will be using smelter. Needing some wires. Make some wires. So you can also destroy some of any building you've built and recover 100% of the material. So again, this game is really about optimizing supply chain production and stuff. We see the line here, it means that we are much aligned. For now, we don't have any way of putting some base under to align stuff. So they are kind of, if I want to put a building, you see after that on the line they're going to be a constructor. So you see they are not well aligned and you have to be careful with the rotation. So kind of look at it like this. We're going to make them follow each other. And then after that we will just put like a container at the end of the whole thing. All right. And now we're just gonna link the whole thing together. So using conveyor belts. One conveyor belts and conveyor belts. So if we check again, we have the miner here, extract iron ore. Here we're gonna transform it to iron ingot, and here we're gonna transform it to iron plate, taking in iron ingot. I heard this one stopped. So I'm gonna replace it by the, I would prefer to change this one. I didn't pick it up. I'm gonna pick it up. No, I'm gonna pick it up after. Let's just finish this first. Let's just run with all the mineral I have. Okay, so now what we're missing, the whole line is fine. What we're missing is a way to connect everything. So we're gonna use for that power lines. So we're gonna put one here and here. So I would say that this game is allow you to put, when you see the yellow, it means that you're gonna have, for example, aliasing between two things, and that's, how can I say, they allow you to do it. You can just put your stuff here and it's gonna work and everything's still gonna pass through. But I would say that if it's your first time where you play, you will not be looking at this much. But if it's the second time you look at this, you will be more careful with that because it just looks nicer. And the purpose of this game is actually to organize stuff correctly and to give you a good way to do it. So why not use it? So now we don't have any, how can I say, in this game there is no problem with voltage or how much power one line can hold. Basically you can have this same line can have the power of a nuclear power plant with no problem. We don't have that problem. So basically we just link everything together, try to make sure that the cable doesn't pass through buildings and stuff because it looks nicer. And after that we're going to link the generators. So I'm gonna put a pillar here. I'm gonna remove this one. The other one's gonna stop. And now we're gonna link this one and this one. So this one has some wood inside. We're going to take it out. and split it to 2. You can right click to split it. Now we have both working at the same time. Now we have a production capability of capacity of 40 megawatt. But we only produce what we consume, as you can see. We don't waste biomass, let's say, material for now in this way. Alright, so we can see the miner just extracting stuff. Goes inside going inside the smelter all the way to making iron plates, and these iron plates go out, and they go out here. So we're gonna let them gather here. I'm gonna pick up some copper there. I'm actually going to grab the whole thing. So as you could see, for the copper, everything transformed to wire before. For now, everything transformed to copper. To copper wires before anything else. So first we need ingots, and then to make cable you need wire. To make wire you need copper ingot. So I would say that we can make wires if we have to use to produce something using the copper. The ingot is not useful, but the wire will allow us to do everything we want. So I would say that we are going to create another line where we actually produce copper wires. Alright, so we need to bring electricity all the way there. And we will need some iron plates to build everything. So what are we going to need? We're going to need this. We're going to need some conveyor belts. I would just put like 10 plates, because the conveyor belt is just plates. After that, we're gonna need one constructor to make the ingots. No, not to make the ingots, sorry. To make the wires, the copper wires. One smelter to transform the ingots, and then we need one of these. Alright, so we have the whole thing. So basically on the right, you can see what we're missing. So let's make some cables. Yeah, and now we're missing, I'm gonna make some extra cables. I'm actually going to, maybe this one, let it do more. I got this, no power. Yeah, I forgot to plug it in again. I'm gonna do that. This, all right. And let's give it some, need some copper wire extra. But this one, we're gonna need a lot more as well, 100. So I think it's good to do that. Let's let it work a bit. Gonna produce the copper wires. Don't know about the concrete. They say I have enough, maybe. Cables, maybe they want extra cables. Yeah, I need some extra cables as well. So we'll make some extra concrete. For now, we don't have anything for the concrete. All right, should have some more ingots. Early on, the most important is making ingots. That doesn't cost a lot. You can link them directly to the miner. And then you just pick up what you need. Alright, let's make the copper wire production. So here I have some extra pillar. Let's bring electricity there. Can go very far. Let's leave it here. Alright, let's make a miner. Rotate it in this direction. We want the material to join each other as we can. A little smelter afterwards. Yep. Alright. Constructor. and a little container. I'm gonna maybe miss some iron plates. I'm gonna put it here so easier for me to pick it up. And I need some iron plates. Lucky we should have a lot now already. 96. Alright. Just need to link everything. Here. Here. And just need the power now. Okay. 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 Let's see how is the power. So here, copper ingots. Here, wires. So now we're gonna discuss about. It'll be better with this, of course. So the miner is able to gather resources and keep it inside. We're gonna talk about like the frequency. I'm gonna say the number of elements per minute that can pass through conveyor belts. So you see that this one produces 120, this miner produces 124 per minute, and the one we use here, the conveyor belts, the Mark 1, allows us to transport 60 resources per minute. So it means that because it's a pure mine, if we had a normal mine, it would be perfect. But right now, it's going to accumulate here because we are extracting more than when we can transmit further by the conveyor belts. All right, here we actually transforming 30 or maximum per minute. But remember, we have 60 entering, so it's gonna gather more slowly here as well. So the production is not gonna be efficient. How can I say? The machine's gonna run 100% of the time, but we could do better than that. First, we should have better conveyor belt. Here, we should duplicate this one so that we actually can exploit the 60 per minute. And if we have the better conveyor belt and have 120 per minute pass, we should make 4 of them to be able to exploit all of it. And so it's 1 for 1. So we have 30 copper ingots out. After that, here we're eating 15. So as you can see, we're using half of the ingots incoming, which means that it's going to accumulate here as well. We're going to produce 100% of the time, yes, but we're going to, at some point, the whole production line is going to stop. Be blocked. We could do 4 times. I'm gonna say, in the end, if you consider that 1 ore transformed to 1 ingot, and that actually we only use 15 ingots per minute, it means that we could extract 120. We could use 120 per minute, but actually we're using only 15 per minute. So we have like 6 or 7 times less than what we could get by optimizing the whole line. All right, but as long as we get this is good, and also remember that more machines means more power, and we actually using like a lot of power already compared to the maximum. We can use up to 30 megawatts. So you see, we could still have like 2 machines, but after that we would be out of power. All right, so he's making some wires. The good thing is we get 2 for 1 ingot. So I'm gonna say it's still 30 per minute. All right. This one's gonna accumulate slowly. This one, if you look at this one, we have the same problem. We have 120 here. The conveyor belt can carry only 50%. We're only using 30 for 30 to transform to ingots, and then we're using all of them. On this case, using all, this one is going to run, and this is not going to accumulate here because we produce 30 ingots per minute, and we're actually using 30 ingots per minute, and we're getting 100% of the production running, 20 plates per minute. But we could do better. For now, it's gonna do all right. So what we're gonna be missing now is the wires are being made slowly. We're going to try to fill all of this. Let's see what we're missing. We're missing some wires. They're gonna be there when we need them. And then some sticks. Let's make some iron sticks. 100. They are quite fast to make, so... Like I said, the main point is to reach the biomass, because soon you will be gathering leaves and leaves and leaves, and it's never gonna end. As you can see, we're running out of power already, so it's gonna stop soon. So we just had enough, basically. Just the wood was enough to run all of this, and the production is gonna stop soon. Up here we have the wires, and then we go for the concrete. To be noted that all of this can be skipped if you skip on the onboarding at the beginning of the game. So yeah, you can pass all these steps, but I think they are kind of nice because you start from scratch and really just from leaves and iron, and it's always good if it's been a long time you've not played the game to start to get things one by one again. Okay, upgrading the hub. Done.
Hub Upgrade 6, Landing Platform Hydraulics, completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum skill level required of a Fixit pioneer. Fixit looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fixit is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fixit recommends getting to work.
Alright, so this is the place where you can change your vest, so I'm just gonna change a bit so that it's also remove. Also remove that question mark you have there. The noise you heard is the information that let's see. Okay, primary, which makes something ugly. The noise you heard is the electricity shortage. Let's make something like this. Where's the main? This one is the main. Just make some ugly red. Yeah. Good for me. Yeah, let's take the nuclear waste. Alright. See that? Alright. Let's get going. So the question mark's gone. Here you have just some little games you can play. Take a shit and yeah, customize. You're not gonna go back often here. Alright, this is some kind of shuttle that goes to space, and this is going to prevent you from going too fast into the story. I mean, you will understand later, because right now each time we improved the hub, I mean each time we moved forward, we were able to continue immediately, but in the next years you will have some 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes penalty during which you're not able to, progress more of it. So it's slowing your progression a little. So yeah, but if you unlock things one at a time slowly, it's fair. You will not even feel that. Okay, so we got the biomass and we want to continue the production. So now that we get the biomass, we're going to transform everything we have. So if you keep control pressed on your keyboard and you drag and drop, you can drag and drop all the material. And then we're going to by hand transform all this biomass into, all the leaves and wood we have into biomass. If you see the leaves, they have 15 megajoule. Let's see. This one we're using 10 to make 5. So we divide by 2 the quantity. And if you take the joules here, you have 15 megajoule. And it's going to transform to 180 megajoule. So as you can see, it's much more power capability on it. Yes, you divide by 2, so if you, I'm gonna say, you're gonna use double, but 30 megajoule transform to 180, it's about like times 5, so definitely worth it. That's why we didn't use the leaves and rushed this upgrade. So let's continue to transform everything. We're gonna have plenty of energy now to run the line, at least for 1 hour, if we don't expand too much. We just craft it by hand, so it's not so long. So the next thing we're going to be wanting is to be able to fork the conveyor belts so that we can exploit the full capability of each mine that we are using. They are probably going to be in the next upgrades. I'm going to see. Nearly there. Alright, done. The rest of the leaves I put there. So we also have the capability to build our own biomass on the outside. So we will do it now. So that I do not like the hub ones because they do not have any input for the automatic feeding. So we're gonna have to come back. I'm thinking now that we don't have any way of forking yet. So let's just do that for now. Yeah. I'm gonna build them later. Right, let's fill it with biomass. We're using 6 per minute. We have 180, so we have basically about 30 minutes, I think. If I'm not mistaken, 10 minutes of with just these 2 stacks, and we have many more stacks afterwards. Alright, here we are. Production continues. So what we're interested in now is maybe to make a little concrete builder. So I would say let's pick up some extra plates. We're gonna need 1 more MK1. We're gonna need 1 more, no smelter, just 1 constructor. The stone doesn't need smelter. Okay, let's make the required material. We need some extra portable miners. Let's make some. Need some stick. Gonna craft a lot more so we are better. So for the mines, I usually like to have, I'm gonna say the sticks and the plates are your 2 main ingredients for advanced things. So if, for example, we want to make the reinforced iron plates, we're gonna need plates and screws come from iron rods. So these 2, it's good to have 1 mine for each so that you can expand and mass produce things. Because if you split and some of them make iron, on the same mine you make some iron rods, some iron plates, sometimes it's a bit more complicated. You have plenty of mines around, so just use one raw material equal 1 mine. Let's see what we're interested in after that, so we know what to go for. So base building is important. We're gonna go for that for sure. It will allow us to climb easier and also align stuff much better. We're also interested in that part, of course, because we're going to be able to have the splitter and merger. They are one of the most important things. Conveyor lift as well. They allow you to move things vertically. The conveyor belt can go up and down, but you need some space. We're going to do that just after that for the limestone. The field research is also absolutely mandatory. We're going to have the map, so we're going to have a bit more information about where we are. So it's called the Northern Forest, so I guess we're in the north. You have the MAM. We're going to discuss about this when we build it. Object scanner. It's we use it sometimes, not often. Personal storage box, you're not gonna use it a lot. Some inventory slots. The most important thing is the map, because when we're gonna be looking for minerals afterwards, they're gonna appear on the map so that we know exactly where we're going. And you can mark some stuff on the map, and if you come back there, you know where you are. After that, we also have the tier 2 that's been unlocked. Here we have the assembler. So the assembler will allow us to have 2 inputs and 1 output. Typically, we're going to be able to do automatically the reinforced plates that you saw that needed screws. These ones I can do by hand. Need some in iron plate and some screws. But if we want to make it automatically, we're going to need the assembler in the next tier. But we're not going to go for that first. We're going to go for that one first. Why? It's because it's like the last level of, I would say, biomass in fuel, I would say. Yeah, by plants. And this solid biofuel is going to transform your biomass into biofuel. And you're going to, again, get more from all your leaves and all your wood. So that is really mandatory. Chainsaw is mandatory as well. Why? It's because we can cut trees and it's gonna be your main source of wood, and wood is very good for building biomass. So really mandatory. So we're gonna go for this one after. So in order, we're gonna go for logistics, and then we're gonna go for directly to chainsaw if we can, and solid biofuel, so that we have strong production and we don't waste efficiency on biomass, basically. After that, we have jump pads. It's like some good for when you need to reach heights and stuff like this. For now, we don't need it. The resourcing program, bonus program. So in this game, all the extra, you see that we have some extra minerals. We can have some extra stuff that we don't actually use. So at that time, you have 2 choices. Either you, in a way, you have your electrical system that slow down. That's the case right now with a biomass-based thing. So when it's not being used, it's gonna slow. But later on, we will have other source of energy. They're gonna keep producing energy, and if you have your whole buildings that are stuck, it's sad because you're actually losing that power that you're not using. Instead, you can use it to transfer all your extra material. You have no trash bin in this game, so you cannot get rid of it. But this one is called the sink. So all the extra resource you have, you can put them into the sink, and it's gonna give you some vouchers, basically, that you can coupon. They call it coupon. And after that, you can use them at the awesome shop to get some material that you need. So let's say that we would say that all the things that overflow should go inside the sink. And yeah, and this way you can transform it to material you may need. And we're going to be using this system a lot as we want to move as fast as possible through the phases. Yeah, and then this one is also going to be mandatory because there's the conveyor belt Mark II, which allows 120 resources per minute. And for that one, since we have pure mines everywhere, starting that point, we will be able to exploit these mines at the maximum capacity. So at that time, if we have the good electrical system, with all the mines we have, we really can produce a lot and use we have constant flow and we don't waste any mineral. I mean, we don't block the miner. All right, so that's it. So let's aim for this one first. All right. But first, we said that we would handle the limestone. So we need a miner, we need a few cables, portable miners. Let's see. I'm gonna get some plates. Like I said, the plates are kind of painful to produce. You see, the container can really contain a lot, so it's gonna take a lot of time to fill. The wires, the stack is 500. So, you know, in 8 hours later at this speed, the container is still not full. Okay. So now we're looking for cables and portable miners. The portable miners are a bit of a pain in the ass in this game because you have to craft them by hand. You cannot automate it. And all the mines you're gonna do are going to need it. you're going to need portable miners. Why? I have no idea. But you can still build workshops in the middle of the jungle if you need to produce them. But I would say that at some point in the game, like in the first 5 hours of play, you actually need to stop and make like 100 portable miners that you can keep on yourself, so that you never feel like you have to come back and you have to craft them and stuff. Alright, we have portable miners. We're looking for cables. We're gonna build them as well. They're very fast to build. It's the same as iron rods. They are not a high priority because they are very, very fast to build. I see that we don't have a lot of concrete as well. Unfortunately, we'll be able to build it here maybe. Yeah, I wish we had more. Right, we'll see. Now that we have a lot of production, I'm gonna remove this one since we don't need it anymore. I'm gonna transfer. No, for now I have enough space in the inventory. But the minerals I don't need anymore since they're being used. Okay, we're going to aim to have the concrete transported here. We can stack them if we want, but it's easier to access if we do like this. Alright. Let's see if this one can go up there. Can. Alright. Let's go up there first. Maybe we don't have the space up there for the constructor. I don't remember where's the mine. So we actually do. Alright. Let's bring it here. Maybe I can make the constructor here directly. Would be faster. Alright. Let's grab the whole thing. Pick up miner. Let's make the miner MK1. Alright. Here. Here. Bring the pillar here. Yeah, I'm missing some concrete. Can I make a crafting bench here? Alright, so I can craft some concrete here. So, yeah. One of the things that are hard to find sometimes because that is hard to find because it's not really indicated is how you quick bind stuff. So it's fast, but it's not explained. You find the thing that you're interested in, crafting bench, and you just press the keyboard button you're interested in. If I press 0, it's gonna bound it to the bar. I'm gonna really bind this one because anytime I need, I can build some stuff there. All right, we have the concrete. I'm gonna use electrical pile. I'm gonna produce one more there, you know, because you don't want to be saturating all your lines non-stop. Right, and here we have this one and this one. Okay, and we're gonna have our unlimited supply of concrete, and it should be able to hold there. It should be about 30, 39? No, 37. Yeah, 39 maybe. 35. Maybe because it didn't stop. Oh, I forgot to link one of them. No, it's working. Okay. All right. So we have 3 main sources of material now. Now, as you can see, the quantities go bigger. So we need more plates. We need more sticks. Problem with sticks is oops, mistake. I'm gonna trash. I mean, you have a trash bin here by hand, but you cannot trash. Your only way of trashing from there is automatically is the sink. If you want to trash from a conveyor belt, you can trash from your inventory, but you cannot trash easy from the conveyor belt. And I need a lot of sticks. Maybe I'm gonna just add a little constructor here. No, a little smelter again. Wires and iron rods. Right. Let's make some iron rods. I don't want to be creating more on the more miners and making iron roads. We're gonna do that in the next steps because that's not my priority right now, but we really need it. As you can see, I'm gonna take some minerals here because, as you remember, we have some excess. Use some smelter, link it, and make some ingots there, so I can make that. And by the time I have that, just need a few more wires. Alright, during that time, what can we do? We can still start to consider production line. For this one. Or we can also consider expanding this one. Let's see. That's going down slowly. I'm gonna make some biomass burners extra. Let's see, I'm gonna make 3 more. What do I need for that? Iron roads. Okay, I need 30 iron roads. If you press Control, you can continue building more. Still missing some iron roads. Let's make it. So we make extra because now with the 3 extra, we're gonna have 100 megawatt. So it's gonna be plenty enough for to begin with. Assuming that we can sustain. Sustain the needs, like give it enough biomass. Yeah. Let's take it to 3. All right. Now, like I said, I really like to have maximum 3 connections on one pillar, so that you always have one available. This one I'm gonna remove. And I'm gonna build another one here. To connect all of this. Alright. Let's take some biomass. Feed all of them. So they're gonna be used, all of them are gonna be used at the same speed. So you can be sure that when one is empty, they're all gonna be empty. Now it should be good. I'm gonna stock all of the extra. So you can see that they have some inputs. We're gonna link conveyor belts later on. For now, it will do. Yeah. Still interested in this. I am gonna accelerate a bit, get some mineral here. So I saw some streamers actually rush rush a lot of things, try to finish the game as fast as possible. But I think that in this game, I mean, it's different. You can, that's one of the challenges, but you need to plan everything in advance. Is different types of people. Some other people like to really do things the right way and optimize every single thing that they're building. And yeah, it's 2 different ways to enjoy this game. There are many ways of enjoying these games. Alright. I'm gonna make some extra ingots, even they're so slow to make. So it goes slightly faster. We're needing 130 iron bars. So I'm gonna maybe give this one to the other one. Okay, it's not fed anymore. I thought so. Let's make the bars. Should have the... This one should have enough already. Alright, let's go for it. Alright, we're good on the copper. Iron bars, just 30 remaining. Alright. Alright, ready to launch. Press.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in, visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out, feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
Alright, so these ones were really mandatory things to have the merger and splitter. Now we're gonna boost all the production. And we're also going to expand so that we can make iron bars automatically. As you can see at the top right, we have an objective, build the space elevator, but this is not our main objective right now. Right now is to reach the chainsaw and to optimize the electrical production. Electric production. You see pod will return in 3 minutes, so it means that for now I cannot select any other thing that I want to. I can actually select it, but I cannot fit it yet. And I cannot move forward. It's not ready. The pod has left and it would come back in 2 minutes. Later it's gonna take more time, so it kind of slows you down. Alright, so for the splitter, as you could see, it requires plates in both cases and you need some iron bars sometimes. That is why I wanted to produce some extra iron bars. But we also, gonna need many of them as well for building constructors and smelters. Okay, so let's optimize what we already have. So we are limited right now by the conveyor belt, which accepts 60 maximum, and here in the smelter, where is it? Smelters here. We can take 30 per minute, so we are interested in building another one, secondary one. We'll make it here. Here. Okay. Up. And here we're going to split it. Link it. And the output is 1-for-1, so we can just remerge it right away afterwards. Let's choose the same recipe. Copper ingot. Only thing we miss is electricity. As you can see, that's why I don't like to saturate the power lines. I'm gonna make another one just next to it. Continue. And I'm gonna put another one. Actually, just for this metal here. Alright, so now we're actually producing 60 ingots per minute. As you can see, they're remerging. But we have a production here issue. We have 15 use per minute, so we need 4 constructors to optimize this one. But be careful. See, we actually produce 30 per minute. So if the output of 2 will already be 60. So we have 2 choices now. What it means is we cannot remerge everything onto the same conveyor belt. We have to split them. So we're still going to build 4 constructors, but they're not going to be remergeable for now. Alright, So let's go for 4 constructors. We have the this one as well. Just checking. Yeah, we have the lift. I'm gonna put it on here. Okay, production constructor. Now we want 4 constructors. Space is a bit tight, so that is why it would be good to have the. Let's see. Well, we're gonna expand here. What I'm going to do is it doable here? It's alright. And we need one more, let's say there. It's kind of ugly. I don't like it much, but as long as it physically looks fine. I'm missing cable. Alright, let's make some cable. So, yeah. Need one more constructor. And we're gonna put the last constructor over there. Later, when we have some platform and stuff, all of this is gonna be refactored. We're going to delete it. So, what I'm going to do now is that I'm not going to remerge it anymore. Since we transform everything to wires, there's no point in remerging everything. We're better with just splitting things here. So I'm gonna use this one if I can. Is it alright? Maybe I'm gonna move this one a bit forward. To be noted that this is really just a personal choice to make sure that it looks not so bad. That you could get away with whatever you want, even if it passes through the terrain. Let's do like this. It's a bit ugly. But again, we were gonna... Early on, it's hard to have something perfect. So we are going to split this one. And bring it here. And we're going to bring this one here. And split it as well. You want to split late so that you don't use too much plates. You have different ways of doing your conveyor belts. This way or this way. You have different ways. You can change the build mode. So I'm gonna use this one. Looks more funny. Alright. So now again, some cables. I'm gonna saturate this one. I don't like it much. That's all. Right here, right here. We're going for wire. We're going for wire. Okay, so here we're gonna remerge. So here, I was in the old mode again. It's okay. This one wire as well. Okay, so now if the production is correct, the conveyor belt should be saturated. Like there should not be any empty space on this one. So a quick reminder, we have 30 ingots coming inside, 15, and then they will join now, and it should be non-stop flow, which means that we're good. You see that they don't accumulate or whatever. Okay, this line's optimized. This one, so we're doing the same here. They start to accumulate here. We want them out. But what we're gonna do on this side is we have one more thing that we can do. Is first we can join them, and then we may produce the extra one, the cable from it. So we will have automatic cable production. Since we let's do like this. So this one will go here, and gonna remerge here. It's not too ugly. Can I do that? I think it's fair. They say it's yellow, but I don't think thanks for the okay, so it's the same system as the one next to it, non-stop, but so this time we're gonna make cable here, and we're just needing one wire. Okay, let's make another pillar so we don't saturate everything, and here we're good. Organization. Let's put a container. We could, you know, merge and put everything in the same container, but I would say I prefer to separate them, especially later when you want to choose the resources you need. If they are both together, you can still get away with it with some after you complete some research and stuff, but it's still cleaner to have, you know, one resource, one container. Good this way. All right, so if we did a good job, the miner should be running 100% of the time. No, it's not going to be running 100% of the time because we only use 60 mineral. So it's not going to be, but we should be at 50%, as you can see. And this one, everything should be running 100%. This one, it's average over time, so it's going to take some time, but we're going to reach 100% over time. Right. Remember that some of them have some stocks, so the reason why this one is still like full is because as soon as this one could offload more, or some of them can offload more, they will saturate the line. Like this one, you see, it cannot output. Oh, let me check. I need 60 wire per minute. Why is it that I get blocked? I think it's the same story. We actually not losing material here, but it's gonna be blocked forever because we exactly output. The whole chain is blocked by the quantity we can take in. Yeah, you see 30 per minute maximum, 30 per minute. So these ones, we can just take them. They're free. They're gonna be blocked there anyway. I'm gonna do the same with these ones. If there are any. No. Alright. Ingots, you may need them, but it's rare. I mean, to carry with you, because sometimes you will need some extra wire. You're at the other side of the planet and stuff. But, or you definitely don't need them anymore. You will get some by accident sometimes when you dismantle some stuff. But I never carry them with me, because space is kind of limited. This one, I'm gonna get rid of. This one I can keep for now, just in case. Alright. So, how is the production? How is everything? You see, biomass is much more efficient. We're producing non-stop. We have a lot of capacity already. And now we're interested in the iron roads. So, there's a mine there as well? How many iron mine is there? That's crazy. Wait. Pure? Where is this one? Don't tell me it's pure as well. It's pure as well. I think it's the best iron start spot for iron and even copper. I don't know about the other copper mine. I saw that there's another one maybe just up there. I don't see it exactly, but it's up there, over there. I don't know if it's pure or not. If we had the map, we would see immediately. We don't have to go there. Okay, so now, like I said, we are interested in obstacle clearing. So we need to make some screws, and we need some iron roads and everything. So if you want to check about productions without necessarily being at a constructor, you press the O key, and you can access all the details of all the material you know for now. So you can know the production and everything. Now we're going to try to optimize iron road, knowing that the maximum we're going to have in is 60 iron ingots per minute. You can see that the production rate of a constructor is going to be 15 per minute. So we're going to need 4 in parallel to make it to optimize the production of the iron roads. And how much does it produce? Yeah, it's 1 for 1. So simple math. We're going to have 60 output out, so it's very good. Since we have so many, I'm considering having one to build screws as well, directly, or more iron rods. Let's use one first, and we'll see later. Okay, so we need to we will need 2 smelters, and we will need 4 constructors, and we will need 1 extra container. I think I still have one. Yeah, we will need 1 miner, 2 smelters, 4 constructors, and then yeah, probably some mergers, some splitters, and yeah, so 1 container to contain everything. Let's get all this material ready. Cables, iron rods. It's about time we make some. I'm running out of ingots. Did we still have some minerals there? Okay. Just to make some extra in case I need some iron roads. Alright. So now, yeah, let's go for all the material we're missing. Cables, they're over there. Plates, they're over here. Start to have a lot of plates. Actually, we're gonna take all of them because that's really one of the bread and butter stuff. Cables, and yeah, let's take some of them so we don't have to come back every second. Concrete, do we have a lot? Just 25. Yeah, we take some. Same, we start to have some concrete. Stack is 500, so you see we really have plenty of space in the container. Alright, we have everything. Okay. 2 smelters. 1. Like this. Then we need 4 constructors. Since we're gonna remerge, maybe I'm gonna go this way. Gonna be better. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And 4. Actually, we don't necessarily need to remerge stuff. I'm gonna... Because if we remerge, we're gonna need 3 splitters instead of 1. I'm just gonna have like something a bit ugly this way and another one this way. Alright. Done. Done. This one's gonna go there. Ah, they added a new curve mode. That's one of the 1.1 update one. Looks nice. But we need that style. Here we go. Ah, too close. Failed. Splitter. Since there's the curve, maybe I can try the curve. Actually, this way. Still blocked. Okay. What about this? No. Damn, it's a bit too narrow. Okay, so let's try like this. Can you do it? Alright. And it's complaining, but there's no reason to complain. So it's fine with me. So when you want to apply the same settings. Right now we only choose like the recipe, but later you will have more stuff here and here. So when you want to apply the same setup to all of them, you can just copy settings by just hovering over it, and then Control V, and you're pasting settings already. Here we want to be making iron ingots, copy settings, paste settings, done. Alright, now we have this one. We're gonna be splitting. I was too close as well? Or does it pass? I felt like, I don't know. Okay, maybe. Sad. You don't need to be wanting to have perfection here, but I usually do. This time I tried first. Ah, wrong way. Typical. Smelter, right direction, please. So, is it doable now? Okay. It's more happy like this. Another smelter. Next to it. Can align it. And we're gonna use this one. Nicer. Okay, iron ingot. Copy settings. Pass settings. We have to redo the two outputs. Still fine with me. Alright. Everything looks good. Only the power's missing. Let's bring it. I'm gonna bring one here. One here. This one's starting. That one's starting. After that, we're gonna bring one here. And lastly, one here. Okay, good. Good. We're good. Okay. So my only concern is that I would prefer to have it gathered around in a container here, because all my containers are around this area. I don't want to be going in the other direction every single day. We need to remerge, so I'm gonna do at the beginning you really have to go up to see what you're doing. I would say that one of my complaints is that you always feel like you're next to the ground. Like, I feel like I'm a dwarf. It's really small. Alright. Let's remerge. We're gonna chain remerge this way. As a line. When you split, you want to be splitting equally. But when you remerge, it doesn't matter. So you just can do that this way. Ah, some iron rods. Lucky we have some now. Take them. Okay, so you can remerge this way. Up. One more remerge. No, doesn't want. Alright. Alright. Okay. 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 Fine. We have about 60 roads per minute. Just need to bring them to the container there. So, you can just do like this. Come to the limit here. And erase. Alright. Same. Come here. Erase. It's complaining, but there's no reason. bring it to the ground as soon as possible. They allow you to do that? That's strange. They didn't allow you to do that before. Right. Okay, 60 roads. Since they're all saturated, let's take the extra. Up, all these are mine. Normally they should not accumulate anymore. Alright. Here they're working 100% of the time. By the other one 100% of the time. Perfect. Okay, we have rod production. I'm considering using maybe making just one constructor here to build some screws for me, because they kind of a pain in the ass to produce. You don't need a lot, but each time you need some, like, you have to find some roads and it takes a lot of time, so the sooner the better. Okay, up and up and up. Okay, so it's gonna use 10 roads per minute. So what it means is that the roads are going to go in a lot, and then because we produce 60 per minute, 50 roads, I mean, we use 10 of the 60 roads we produce to make screws, and the rest is just going to stack and accumulate in this one. We will be wanting screws, but not immediately. I'm gonna add a container as well here. So that we have some screws non-stop. Okay. If you see the output as well here is 40 screws per minute. So if you wanted to do more, like even a second one, you would already be saturating the out conveyor belt. So so you would need to have a second container next to it. Anyway, we would be okay with that. I'm gonna gather the rest and maybe craft some screws myself as well, so that it goes a bit faster. Just need to take some roads, craft them. You will see it's long to craft, you see, 4, 8. I mean, if you need 500, it's gonna take some time. You don't want to be sitting like this for so long like that, so. Okay, pick up the cables. Some extra cables, extra coils, and wires. Concrete. Why am I not stacking more concrete? Maybe I just picked it up. So I just picked it up. Forgot. How is the electricity? And we already used half of it. So soon we're gonna have to go to the jungle to take more leaves, to find more leaves to continue producing what we are doing. See, so 10 minutes is exactly going to leave us about 9 minutes. By that time we will have the screws and everything we need to move on to the to pay for that level, that milestone. Okay, about my screws, again enough. 111. The rest I will make myself as I buy the roads. So you will be crafting stuff sometimes, but most of the time, how can I say, not the basic elements. because you're just wasting your time. But sometimes you need to craft some stuff that needs 3 components, and then you don't want to install the whole line for that. And you are going to be crafting it by yourself. Okay. Need more sticks. Actually, they accumulated here, so I'm gonna take them there. Still some, so I have some screws there. I should be picking up. Okay, 60. We actually have enough screws already. Alright. Lunch pod. Okay.
Milestone reached.
Okay.
Solid biofuel created from any biomass.
So now, as
ensures
you can
maximum
see, we have
efficiency
access
of
to
biomass
solid
burners.
biofuel.
To aid in biofuel
So what
production,
we're going to
the
do
chainsaw
immediately
allows for the
is
removal of
take
tougher
out
wood and coral foliage.
all
Additionally,
the
your
biomass.
pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated, fun, fun, fun.
Right, so this one is the same. It makes things more efficient, so I'm taking the biomass temporarily to stop that, and I'm gonna build some biofuel with it. So after that, I'm gonna split it evenly between all of them. We had 9 minutes. Now we probably will have about over 10, 12 minutes, something like this. We're gonna craft a chainsaw. We're gonna go to the forest to grab a lot of leaves and trees and visit a bit the area as well. Maybe we will find some monsters, maybe some shells, some stuff. It's a good occasion, and during that time, we're gonna be producing screws, iron rods, metal plates, and also wires and cables. That's basically all the raw components we have right now. Concrete as well we're producing, so the only one we're not producing right now is the reinforced iron plate, but we don't need it immediately, so there's no reason to be producing it. I do this one by hand, but later on we're going to build a whole system so that we don't have to handle all of this by ourselves anymore. I just do it now to retransform everything that remains. Actually, I had some inside here remaining, right, as well. Maybe I should be converting it as well, so it's done. Okay. 4. This one's gonna be a lot. It's gonna last maybe with the other ones that I took from from inside the chest. I'm gonna probably be able to last for 30 minutes, 60 minutes. So how about the joule? As you can see, 8 transformed to 4, so we actually divide the quantity by 2. In terms of joule, it means that we need to multiply this one by 2. So we have 360 megajoule. And against 450 megajoule. So we basically have 90 megajoule extra bonus. And compared to 360, it's about 25% extra power from the same raw material. It's not the same gap with the raw leaves and the wood, but definitely worth it on the long run until we get a better way of producing energy. Nearly there. Few to go. Okay, I will just stop here. Otherwise, it's enough already. I'm gonna split this one evenly if I can. How many we have? 5 in total. 5 generator. So hard to divide by 2 and divide by 2 again. One of them will have much more. All right, 50, 50, 50, 50, and I will remember that this one have a bit more. But let's go. So we're not producing more megawatt, of course, but it's more efficient. So we are at 2.67 per minute. We were about 50 for one. So 10 minutes gonna use 26, and we have approximately 20 minutes of fuel of everything running, continuing to run. Okay, now we have to build a chainsaw. Actually, on this one, I'm gonna take some of it. I'm gonna just put the force there, because the biofuel is actually required for the chainsaw. Need some screws to build it. Let's go for it. Give me some screws. Is it enough? I think it's not enough. Yeah. Alright. Make some screws by myself. Okay. Let's go for it. So you see, we're really lucky we don't have to build the reinforced plates because we found some on the ground. I really feel that spot was cheated, and it's right in the middle of the starting point and where you landed. So yeah, kind of good choice. Let's see, do we have what we need for that? Actually, we have plenty of material to move all of this, to buy all of this. I think I will be buying all of this before we go to the forest, since we have about 20 minutes. Can build some foundation. Maybe sometimes we need to go up some hills or something. We can build some stuff there. So I have this one. I'm gonna equip it if I can. Remove this one. Up. All right. Let's go for this one. They're all like mandatory. Let's go. This one I have. So now we can build some.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure.
I'm going to change
In
this
the event
one.
that you are experiencing amnesia
8.
for all events prior to planetfall,
This one at
be
9.
reassured that memories of
you
beloved
see.
humans and or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
All right. For the foundations, so they're really important because they basically everything when you build a base, like we will probably be expanding soon this way. On the over the void there, we will change the mode to zoop, and then we can go all the way over there. These ones will run on plates and concrete, so they are the bread and butter of construction. Take some screws. The pod's returning in 1 minute, so we're gonna be able to take the map afterwards. What do we need for it, by the way? I think that the previous version you were not even able to select the milestone. No, maybe you were. I don't remember. Still need a few screws. Yeah. 18 screws, slow to produce. Let's make some. Okay, we're about 2 hours already of gameplay, so I'm gonna make a break to split it to another video just after this. We have the screws. Let's fill that pod and send it back right away. Okay. The research. Maybe I'm gonna finish this little part.
Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
So we have unlocked, what did we unlock with that one? We have unlocked the really important, all of them. I mean, especially the MAM and the map. So now we have access to the map. We have a little information about where we are. See the coordinates up there, so I can cheat and guess that the center of the map should be here. And we're also in the northern forest, so I'm guessing that, yeah, the center of the map is here. So we're right to the north. And yeah, X, Y is going minus. And I don't know if it blocks here. At the top right, you can see the coordinates. So we're really out the map. Actually, we see a line here. We're really north. Really, really north, because the center is here and then the end of the map is here. So yeah. Okay, and why it's nice to have the map is because we can now detect the minerals around and they will appear on the map. You can see a little I can say validation mark there to tell you that you've claimed it. It means you have a miner on it. You can see the other sources. This one's impure and this one is pure as well. It's another pure copper ore, so that's amazing. Really, but I really believe that there's a counterpart. I mean, the price to pay for it is, like I said earlier, I remember last time I played, it was far from nearly every extra resource we're gonna need afterwards. Alright, now we're gonna discuss about the MAM. We saw the map. The map allows you to put markers. You can, let's just finish on the map. You can just put some markers here. So create a new marker and put it here. And what's usually what I use is just to say where's each mine. One of the sad thing is that you cannot mark a building or a mine that you've claimed. So you will need to be using markers to go back to some location that you previously found. So I'm usually using the typical things. You can choose icon, the color, marker. Yeah, you can choose the marker size. But the one I use most of the time is highlight marker. This one will allow you to see it from far, so you can just follow it. Let's see, for example, if I do that. We should be, you see at the top, the marker, we have like a green beam going from the sky, and then you cannot be mistaken. This is especially useful because this map can have caves, and sometimes you really believe you're at the right spot. You are at the right spot, but you start to doubt. And yeah, it's just underground. You need to find some access there. Okay, so let's remove the marker. You have the distance on which it's gonna be appear. It's gonna appear. So yeah, let's remove the marker for now. We don't need it. We just have the hub that is, yeah, there. That's the only marker you will get automatically, as far as I know. The other ones you will have to put them by yourself. Okay. Let's talk about the second thing we unlocked is the MAM. The MAM is extremely important because it's basically your research center of extra things that are not inside a milestone. So it's not gonna be like new minerals or new things. It's gonna be things you can craft, but you need to feed it some data. It's like your research center here. So let's, for example, you remember that we killed some of the animals. We got some shells from them when near the hard drive that we got some shells from them. So we can just go there and choose, you see, the cost at the under alien protein. So this one will unlock the alien protein recipe, but you need to give it one shell. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Let's start a research. Okay.
The remains researched belong to an organism now dubbed the fluffy-tailed hog. It has many characteristics that would likely classify it among the Suidae family were it native to Earth. Hog remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
Alright, so that's the thing. There's one thing that is not very clear, is that usually when you need to move down the tree, you know, this is a tree that looks like a end condition. Like you need this one and this one and this one and this one, and then you need like 2 to 3 runs to finally understand that you do not need normally to get it to unlock it. Why I cannot access it? Not unavailable. One of the highlighted question mark. Is it a bug of 1.1? Because I don't remember this. You could just click here and start moving, or maybe you can just bypass it. That's very strange. I feel it's strange. Not unavailable, even if I unlock this one. It's like a bug of the new version. I'm gonna look later because we're gonna need more protein, kill more enemies, so we can test. See, this one is really important. You get 6 inventory slots, especially early on. After that, you remember we found some shells, so we're gonna research it now. So the research cost is usually material. You don't need any, there's no currency in this game.
This semi-slug, now dubbed Power Slug, is early in its life cycle and has retained only part of its potential energy storage capacity, giving it its blue color. Power slugs are capable of extracting latent energy from their surroundings, including through a form of photosynthesis, and preserve it in their porous semi-crystalline shell over their lifetime. This explains why they rarely move after having found a suitable location.
So, we found a little thing, near the... We found a blue power slugs near the toxic plants, and so I've given it to the system, and then I got the power shard research. For now, I can use it this way, but soon we're gonna be able to. I need more of them to be able to unlock more things. And as you can see, we're gonna be finding yellow power shards, power slugs, sorry, and other stuff that are still unavailable. So these other things we don't know yet because we've not discovered enough. We will slowly uncover them as we meet new material enemies. Okay, and one of the other things that we have is the hard drive analysis. You remember we had the 3 hard drives that we found early at the very beginning of the game. So we're gonna run the scan on it now. So whenever you don't have any other research to do and you have some hard drive available, you can give it to the system. What it's gonna do is that it's gonna come back with you with 2 alternative recipes to building other stuff. So for example, you remember to get the iron rods, we needed like iron ingots. But imagine you could get iron rods by using concrete and a little bit of iron. This way, depending on where you are on the map and what resources you have, you can adapt the whole thing. But the point is, most of the time, these alternate recipes are complicated to use because they will need you to cross some resources with other resources that sometimes shouldn't. How can I say? You're already using that other resource for something else, and it may make your production line less clear. Like iron ingots make iron rods, make screws. If you start making screws with copper and it becomes copper screws or stuff like this, it becomes a bit more messy in the system. But it's up to people, and sometimes if you really have a lot of copper and very little iron, it can be very interesting. The reason why we are scanning the hard drive right now is because we're early in the game, and for that reason we don't have a lot of material, and I'm looking for something in particular. I'm looking for the inventory slot recipe. So sometimes when you're lucky, you can get some extra inventory slots from analyzing hard drives. And this is really important earlier on because 6 extra slots. Right now you feel like I have a lot of inventory space, but when we will have many creatures, shells and clothes or whatever, and you're gonna be full very fast. We're just at the beginning of the game. You will soon be using all of them. As you can see, we are needing iron plates. Every new material, basically, we will need to have some of it in our inventory at some point, so that we can craft some stuff. So yes, that's we analyze it now because since we don't have a lot of material, we have more chance of ending up with the +6 inventory slots. So I'm going to try to analyze any hard drive I can find on the way, and as early as possible. Later on, you will get some extra recipes. Sometimes you get some stuff interesting, but yeah, less chance of getting the 6 slots. And in my opinion, early is like really important. The other things we're going to be aiming for is, if we can, if it's not bugged, because this one is not supposed to be like this. You basically, normally you can unlock this one if you have any of these 4. You don't need the 4 of them to unlock this one and move forward. This is different creatures we're going to meet on the planet. Normally we're going to move forward. Here we have the 6 slots, and as you can see, it's just cables. And the proteins, we make them from creatures, the remains of creatures, so we can get this one very early. That's also another point. And here, that's the first gun of the game that you're gonna get. So that's one of our goals. But down there you can see one material we still don't have. We don't have yet. It's the rotor, and we're gonna have it later. So we don't have it now. All right. Remember that when you start the scanning, you have 10 minutes. So make sure you start scanning only when you've basically used every material you had to scan, because the normal ones are 3 seconds, but the hard drive's blocking you for 10 minutes. Also, when we're gonna have 2 recipes that they will give us that we can choose from, you can throw the dice again and try to get two new recipes. And if we don't get the +6 inventory, we're gonna throw the dice again to try to get it. That's our main goal right now, early in the game. Later, it will be less important. Okay, so we have 6 more minutes. We have talked about the MAM and everything. This is gonna be the end of this video. In the next video, we're gonna go in the jungle with a chainsaw and stuff. Normally, should have the gasoline there. Yeah, all right, everything's ready. We're gonna get more wood. We're gonna discover maybe more shells, more stuff that we can give to the MAM. You see, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know yet. So maybe hard drives. To unlock hard drives, we were gonna need some material to give. I mean, sometimes it will ask for iron rods, sometimes power, sometimes. So we will try to have enough to produce some power. We try to have a bit of all the materials that we know, so some iron bars, some iron plates and everything, so that if we meet any hard drive thing, we can unlock it, maybe. And meet new creatures and things like this. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye bye.